Welcome to Therapy Through Cards. Welcome to another pick a card reading. I'm so excited for this one, even though I may not sound so excited. The energy of this pick a card reading is a little bit more, I would say, serious, or there is something about getting yourself to knuckle down on something. That's the overall energy of this whole July reading, despite what pile you choose. So if you guys are not familiar with pick a card readings, this is just where I channel messages from spirit through oracle, tarot, intuitive messages, and basically my most important spiritual gift that I have, which I call clairsentience, which is the energies of the cards. The cards come to life. So we are looking at July. We're looking at what's happening in July. Every pile will have different messages. You know the drill if you're been on my readings before. But I want you to just honestly choose the pile that was the pile that really caught your energy straight away. I really, really want to emphasize that, because some tarot pick a card readers are like, you can choose this messages and maybe some messages in that pile, this pile, that pile. I strongly think that there is just one pile for you. And I'm not saying that you don't need to go and check other piles and look at other the pile for more messages. If that's what you want to do, please do that. I'm encouraging that. But for me, personally, I feel like there's just one pile. Okay. I know I'm rambling, but just before we get into it, you may ask, oh, but what happens if I cannot pick between two piles? Or if I like all of them? Or, that could be definitely a dilemma, right? Wow. I would just randomly pick it. If you had to choose between 2 or 3, I would just randomly just pick one. Okay. I don't know why I needed to talk about that, but that needed to be said. So guys, let's get into the month of July. Choose your pile. We're going to start with pile number 1. Let's get into it. Okay, if you guys chose pile number 1, we're going to have a look at the month of July. What is in store for you? What's going to come up? What are the energies? Very interesting, because the energies that I'm picking up, I am getting immediately. Okay, some piles will do that to me. Some piles I would just automatically feel the energy straight away. Some I'll just have to really connect a bit deeper, and it takes time. But for you, pile number 1, there is just something lately with all my pile number 1s. I'm just like, I love you so much. I need you to, I want to protect you. I just want you to, I don't know what it is. I want to guide you. I want to mentor you. I don't know what it is, but I'm not saying that you need mentoring. This is just the fact that the energy around you, or what's going to come into your life in the month of July, is everything that you need. Like, there's security here. There is this sense of appreciation of the beauty around you. Like, it's that kind of vibe. It's Empress vibes. Empress, they living in luxury. They're living in lavish lifestyle that they love. And my phone just vibrated. So you're going to be feeling good in your surroundings. Also with who you are, there's this regalness about you. There's this confidence about you, but it's not in like the cocky way, or I need to go after this, I need to do this, I need to make things happen. It's just, I know that everything, like, oh God, I know that everything that I am meant to experience or have in my life is there already for me. It's like you're being, like, the energy that spirit is giving me is you're being handed things to you. Or it could be opportunities. It could be people want to work with you. It could be just, there's this sense of maybe being respected or admired, or having everything you need in July. How exciting. I just feel like this pile is well on its way to making a difference, or feeling like everything in their life is organized in some sense, okay? I know that doesn't happen all the time, and we can't stay at organized energy all the time. There's like ups and downs and all arounds, but I think the month of July is going to feel comfortable for you. It's going to feel like, okay, finally I'm feeling a little bit organized in my life. Finally I can make my bed. Finally I can do it 5 times in a row. Whoa. There's wins. There's little wins that are happening. I'm not saying that you won't have big wins as well. I think, but it's not the big things that make you happy. It's these little things that come in. Just by maybe being a little bit organized. It's like, yeah, it's so exciting. I'm excited to see what your cards are. Okay, so Spirit, what else can we see for the month of July? You have a little intuitive pocket bag. I totally forgot to tell you about it, and I will in a minute. So there's a little message here. I am obsessed with these pocket bags, so I'm just going to keep doing them in my readings until I get sick of them and I find something new. But I absolutely love this. So there's a little message in this pocket bag that is meant for you. It is basically going to be a very important influence on your reading and of the month of July. So I will read it when I feel the time is right. So let's keep going. Okay, for pile number 1, Spirit. Oh, Spirit says secret knowledge. You have some knowledge. Spirit just showed me a person with a book. You may be researching, studying, but it doesn't feel like it's work. It feels like it's you learning or interested in just a general book that feels good. Like you actually enjoy what the book is about. It also represents that maybe you have some knowledge that maybe being used in July, or there is something that's going to be revealed to you in July in terms of finding something out. Maybe there's this secret piece of information that you need that you find in this book that is like, wow, okay, that is what was missing. That's what I need. Or there's something that's going to click to you. It's going to click. It's like, okay, I found out this about myself, or something that's going to really help you confirm to yourself that your life is in the right direction. Like I said, your energy is just amazing. I absolutely feel so together with you guys. I'm like, oh, okay, my life is feeling, just say if the first half of your life in 2023 was a bit all over the place, a bit fragmented. Maybe you just felt like you didn't have a good grasp on managing certain things in your life. That could be a big thing here. You're okay in the month of July. You've got a better handle of things, better handle of your business, better handle of your social circle, better handle of just your life, but like the little details of your life. Spirit just keeps focusing on that, and that makes a big difference. That adds up to big changes in your life, doesn't it? So yeah, how interesting is that? I really want to put 3 lines, but I don't know if I can fit that. So we'll keep adding cards because I like to use a lot, as you may know, as you may see. What else for pile number 1, Spirit, for the month of July? Okay, Spirit did say active, so you may be deciding to become more active, like focusing on your health, your exercise. There could be a particular area that you want to focus a little bit more of your time. I just honestly feel like there isn't one particular area of your life that has your attention. There's just equal balance of everything going on in your life. And that is very rare for me to pick up in a reading, in a pile, where every kind of area of their life feels easier than the rest of the months or previously, okay? It may not be perfect, but there is just this sense of feeling that you have within yourself that I am feeling where, okay, I've got this. Wow, I've got this. I don't have to have it all together or perfect, but I've got it. Maybe you're believing in yourself more. Maybe you knowing that, okay, I don't know, but did the month of June, did you have some understanding of yourself? Because it's kind of giving me this energy of, okay, you found out this insight about yourself, or you put 2 to 2 together. Okay. Is that really worth worrying about? Okay, so yeah, so there's maybe some sort of energies that you've dealt with that were tougher in the month of June that suddenly makes July feel like, okay, wow, I'm allowing, I'm receiving, I'm worthy. Like, this is great. Like, you may actually find yourself, okay, so this is interesting. Spirit is giving me this energy of like, things are going to come into your life. They're going to be given to you because you are not in this resistant energy that you may have been in the month of June. Or you may have felt a little bit conflicted within yourself. There may have been like tensions just running the show, and you're like, how can I just feel at ease within myself for once, or just on a regular basis? So because in the month of July, there is this sense of you, being more certain and assured in yourself and letting go and ease, then you're going to attract all this stuff out of nowhere because of your vibration. I just see things getting delivered to you, being attracted to you. Okay, we may have a look at the cards and see what that is. Let's have a look. Let's see. Purification. Beautiful. So I honestly feel like you've done that. Like, you've purified your energy. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting this nice, calm energy where you can receive. I want to get the other cards because I feel like this is going to really understand exactly what you're doing. Okay, you may be a Virgo. You've got the Alchemist. Beautiful. Alchemist is magic. It's shifting. I always feel like with the Alchemist, it's shape-shifting. Virgo, we have aligned. Wow. Efficient. Methodical. God, why did that take ages to get out? Insightful. Dutiful. Discerning. So we have pure again, okay? Virgo is pure. So you've been working your magic. You've been trying to shift energies that you don't longer want to be in or associate with. Definitely. And Virgo, they're very diligent. Okay. But I love how Virgo's got the Alchemist here. The Alchemist. I would never think of Virgo having that keyword. But the reason why Virgo has the Alchemist is because of how pure Virgo's energy is. And it's not just the energy, it's the intentions that Virgo have. Yes, they can overthink, they can overanalyze, they can focus on the details, but they can apply themselves like wholeheartedly to the task at hand. And when you do that, you're in the moment, right? You're completely in the moment. Guys, maybe you're honestly focusing on living more in the moment with the Virgo, which shifts your energy. And I honestly love this because can you see here? It's almost like I feel like that is the potion body, the bottle as well. I said body. That was interesting. That came out. So you guys could be purifying your body. Like I said before, I channeled exercise or movement or just getting active. I just honestly think that's going to make you feel better. Or just making a regular routine of that. Okay, so we also have the damsel. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Yeah, so you may have I'm saying July's having a really big impact on June is having a big impact on July. So I honestly think with this mirror, there are some things that you discovered about yourself in terms of relationships. If it's not relationships such as romance, it is just you taking care of yourself. There is definitely with these 3 cards about you. Okay. Paying attention to the way that you dress, the way that you feel. It could be like the certain foods that you eat. Maybe some of you guys wanting to look after yourself, looking after yourself in the month of July. And when you do that, it's almost like everything feels aligned. Like your energy is really amazing. And we have the garbage truck coming in. Great timing. Do you know that the garbage truck comes to my house 3 times a week? And it's probably because I live in an apartment block, so they feel like they need to come more than once a week. I honestly don't understand it. So it's interesting because I kind of feel the garbage truck is coming in your reading. So you have gotten rid of the garbage in the month of June. I'm honestly going to be honest with you, part number 1. I don't think the month of June was your best month. Okay, you may have found yourself in the eye of the storm. You may have battled with some emotions that you didn't want to feel, but you dealt with them in some way, which is really amazing. Let's have a look here. Let's keep going. The angel of recovery, relaxation, decisions, priority, be true to yourself. The angel of recovery, like recovering from that month of June. Put in the comments, what was it in June that made you feel like quite intense, like there was a lot put on you? Maybe some of you guys, I am so sorry, I'm just gonna work through it. This garbage truck is annoying me so much. You shifted this energy with the alchemist. I cannot believe it. So the month of July, you may actually, just because I see here just giving me this holiday vibes, it's giving me this environment that feels like you can truly, well, it says here, truly be yourself. I honestly feel like you've learned something about yourself with this damsel in distress. I always sense with this card, it's damsel in distress. But you're no longer in distress. You purified anything that was bothering you in June. Let's keep going. The magician, beautiful. The magician and the alchemist. It's funny because there is so much magic here. There is so much you trying to manifest, or you understand the principles of manifestation here. The alchemist with the magician, we have taking chances, we have intuition. So you followed your intuition about something, okay? You may have to make a few decisions in the month of July just because we have taking chances and we have decisions, priority. Maybe something in the month of June that you didn't prioritize because there was just too much clutter, or this energy of yours that wasn't purified. Now that it is, now that you've woken up about something within yourself or within your life with this card here, you can prioritize something. You can take a chance. Trust your intuition, because we have intuition on the magician card. The magician card also tells me that you have everything you need already. And I knew that. You're going to be very satisfied, content in the month of July. I love this for you. Let's keep going. A 5 of Wands. Let's have a look with which card is it with. Ritual. What is going on? Okay. It's like little potions here. There's like little rituals. Maybe you're using your crystals. Maybe you're using your cards with the magician. It's almost like she is doing a ritual right now as we speak, this card. Okay. So you're doing certain spiritual rituals, or you will be encouraged to do so. Maybe that's something that you were looking into. Remember when I said you're really interested in something? I just saw a book. So maybe you're practicing certain rituals that help purify you. There is this energy of becoming more authentic, becoming really whole within yourself, because that's what this July feels like. I feel so content, like all the parts of your inner self are at peace. You know that when we can have those moments of just our inner dialogue is at war with one another. It's like you say this thing and then, oh my God, you have this other idea. Like your mind is at peace. And I'm interested why we don't have many swords here. Maybe that's why, because your mind is at ease, which then allows you to attract more, especially with the Magician. My goodness, if there are some things that you want in your life that you've been trying to, they may come in with the manifestation. The Five of Wands. Okay. Usually the Five of Wands can represent that battle of, it could be between other people, or it could be a battle within yourself. With the ritual of the Magician, I do feel like this Five of Wands is some sort of, I don't know, how do I explain it? It's like with next to taking a chance, it's like a risk that you're going to take in July. You're going to take a risk, and it's almost like I'm confident enough to know that this risk will pay off. It's something to do with that priority that you neglected in June that you're going to focus on in July. You're going to take a risk with that Five of Wands, and it really pays off for you with next to the Magician. Let's keep going. You have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Queen of Wands. More Wands energy. So Queen of Wands, and it's interesting because the snake is blue, and we have blue here on this card. It's almost like this. Wow. Oh my God. Can you see that? This is called color synchronicity, guys. So it's when the colors match the different cards. So this Queen of Wands is you being true to yourself. This is you realizing, okay, I can attract. It's almost like a wand, isn't it? By just relaxing, trusting myself, making decisions that are not big decisions. You're not going to make big decisions in July. That's not what July is about, okay? You're restoring your energy. You're coming back to yourself. You are having some time to focus on something that you neglected, and it feels good. This is all feel-good energy. This is fun energy. There is a sense of healing, but I honestly feel like it's about what happens after you heal. You know, when you go through a healing period in your life, you finally have the sudden awakenings, the realizations with this damsel in distress. But then there's a period of this sweet bliss. Like it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's energy, guys. You are now, Spirit is rewarding you because you may have realized something about yourself, and now it changes your perspective. It changes the way that you see the world, you know, because the world will shift depending on how you see things. So there's definitely this new outlook maybe in July. I'm also sensing, can you see here that this lady has her hand out, and this lady has her hand out here? So you could be giving something. Giving because it feels right. You're not giving because you have to. You're giving because it feels good. And you have the energy too. Accept what is dying. You've done that. Oh my God. You already have. I know that this is coming up for the month of July, but I just think acceptance is big here as well. If you accept what's dying in your life or what no longer serves you, then things flow more easily in your life. And that's what's happening in the month of July. I want to get specifics. We'll get more cards, okay? Because I know this is kind of your overall energy. Professional assistants, people. Okay, so this is the people card. So someone may be coming in to assist you in your professional life, okay? They may be very helpful. Very helpful. Yeah. They may give off this Virgo energy. Practical advice. Earthy vibes. You may seek out professional assistance. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. The month of July for pile number 1. Okay, Spirit just said make a decision. Destroyer. Oh, how? Oh, God. Releasing what is potentially destructive. Preparing for new life. And I'm putting it on the damsel, which is like understanding the nature of healthy romance. So some of you guys are realizing that you no longer need certain relationships, or your idea of a relationship has changed, or what you want in a person. If that is what you're manifesting with the Magician, if not, there's just some sort of reflection of yourself that has been destroyed. Reevaluate your priorities. Did I not mention that? We have priorities with priorities. Can you see that? So something that was not a priority in June is going to come in. Priorities. You're reevaluating, okay? But they're going to align to your true self. There's something, okay? I honestly feel, because it's interesting, because your June energy is just like, like clouding me like a freaking heavy storm cloud. It's just like suppressing on me. But basically, you were unable, like the energies was just too scattered. Maybe your energy was diverted in so many different paths in June that you now just like, okay, also, wow, okay, Spirit just told me you had a clean slate, or is that something that you're going to come in July? It's like Spirit is destroying. Like, this is a volcano. It's releasing. It's releasing. So this may happen. If it hasn't happened already, it's going to happen probably like the beginning of July. All right. Some things are going to come out. They're going to make you reevaluate your priority, what's important to you. There may be, I love this corn because corns represent harvest for me, things that can sustain over a long period of time. So anything that's no longer meant for your future is going to go, or is being encouraged to go. Okay, so how are you with this Virgo card? I keep coming back to your daily routine because it's really important with this Virgo card, or the 6th house, because Virgo does rule the 6th house. So I always think about the 6th house. I always think about you may be practicing something in July with the ritual card and this priority and the Queen of Wands daily. Or there is being this encouragement to do something daily that helps purify you and keeps you from this 5 of Wands energy. Even though I do sense with this 5 of Wands energy, you will be taking a risk. Because instantly when I looked at the card, I heard risk. So that's interesting. Okay, let's get some more cards. I'm going to pull over your keyword. Center stage. Interesting. Okay. So you may be entering some sort of, I just think you're going to be important, you know? Center stage is like becoming seen, or basically the center of attention. People may want to talk about you. People may want to understand what shifts you made in your life. This could definitely be something to do with this priority. Maybe you take a risk and it just aligns better with your priorities and it puts you in this important position. This could be a person coming in that assists you. Okay, so people are going to look at you differently. People are going to think, okay, wow, your image has changed from June. So you may get a lot of people wanting to be around you. I am kind of sensing that. Spirit's just giving me like all these images of like phones. So people may want to call you in July. People may want a piece of you. I don't know whether you want that. I honestly don't know whether you want this center stage. Sometimes I will be like, oh yes, this is something that you've really wanted. But the energy is coming off as like, you just want to tune out. There's something that you want to put your time to here with the priorities. And I don't know whether being in the center stage is going to help you do that. Take what resonates, but I honestly feel like even though you may be put as like place this importance on you, whether that's whatever area of your life, I don't know whether it's something you're going to accept or want, or if it's really like, it's almost like the energy that I'm getting is like, oh yeah, whatever. That's so interesting. I want to get a few other cards. Let's keep going. What's happening in the month of July for pile number 1, Spirit? Strength. Yeah, getting active, okay? Make sure that you're looking after yourself with the Virgo energy as well, okay? That represents, weight training. It does represent like the gym, but it also represents your strength as well. Abundance is yours. Yeah, I think you're going to be really popular, or you're going to be wanting everyone's attention, but it's almost like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's almost like you don't even buy too much into it. And I think that's the best way, because if you do that, your ego might get inflated, and then you lose this sense of purity that you have in the month of July. This sense of focus. And look at that, freaking hell. I love this energy. It's almost like I'm free. We have more about the beach here. We've got the sunset here. You may be going to the beach. You may like the beach. You may live near the beach. You may go away on a holiday or even a weekend away. That may be coming through. I just want to get one more. Spirit is saying one more. Yeah, look at that. You may go on a trip, a short trip, a journey. Yeah. That card gives me the journey vibe at the moment, especially for you. Okay, you deserve it. Okay, let's get your intuitive messages. Let's get your intuitive messages before we move on. Pile number 1, Spirit, month of July. Okay, these are your intuitive messages. Pile number 1. People enjoy your company. Get out of your shell. Take one small step. Yeah, so maybe you're just in that shell to protect your energy because, you've had it really rough in the month of June. But people are going to enjoy your company. They may want to reach out more. That's the vibe I was getting. How many chances are you going to give? Okay, this is about if you haven't released things in your life that you know that are not good for you, with the Destroyer card and the Damsel in Distress, that's going to remove itself. I think you're going to, this is interesting because I told you with the mirror, this is about a reflection. You realizing something within yourself. Finally, it's like, okay, I faced myself. It's like you look in the mirror and then you see something completely different about yourself. And it's like, wow. So there's a situation where you're giving too many chances, and it's interesting. Can you see this? It says, how many chances are you going to give? And then it says taking chances. It gives me this vibe. It gives me this vibe that you're preserving your energy. You're preserving. You will take a risk, because the 5 of Wands keeps telling me risk, okay? But there's something that keeps slipping through your fingers. Like you keep telling yourself, okay, I can do this one more time, right? I can do this one more time. But there's only so much that you can do before you explode. So if this hasn't happened, or this may have happened in June, and you finally decided to do something about it, no longer allow it in your life. I don't know why I feel like it's a situation or a person, but it will be. Take what resonates, okay? Yeah. You're trusting your intuition, and you're like, okay, there comes a time where I'm like, no more. I cannot give no more anymore. You can listen to animal spirits. Interesting. So you may have animal spirits around you. They may be trying to send you messages. Trust your intuition here, because you have it on the Magician card. They may guide you. We also have what you think others think of you is actually not correct. So, okay. So you may, okay, I don't know what it is, but this vibe's coming up where you may have this different representation of what people think of you. We all do. It's really hard to understand of like, what do they actually think of me, people, you know? Unless we ask. Sometimes what we think other people think of us is absolutely incorrect. So I honestly feel like you're going to find out how someone really views you, or how you appear to other people. And I think it's a good thing, because people enjoy your company. Maybe you think, okay, I'm annoying to this person, or I'm not liked by this person, or there is just some sort of incongruency. Not surprised with the Virgo energy, but it gets revealed. And it's almost like all you had to do was be true to yourself and not rely on what other people think of you. There's that big vibe. I think maybe in the month of June, you relied on getting feedback from people, getting validation, all that kind of stuff. And then in the month of July, you don't need that. Freaking hell. I just envision you taking yourself out for a swim in the beach and clearing your mind and having no worries and just being really, really proud of yourself. And now realizing that this is the time that I'm going to dedicate and prioritize this specific thing in my life. You'll know what it is, okay? And also with the center stage card, I'm also, more than I tap into it, it's like I'm going to put myself first. Why did I give this person, this situation, so many chances? Look at this card. Don't give up. Rewards are on the way to you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, lovely. Okay. Pile number 1. I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope there was something there that was resonated for you. Please feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe for future videos. And I hope to see you in another video. Okay. Pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's get the energies of the month of July. What's happening? I was drawn to this pile. Okay, so there may be some messages for me in this pile. I am already getting your energies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle on camera. If you don't know how I work, I'm highly clairsentient. I read the energies of the cards. We're going to use tarot, oracle, and intuitive messages. And this little pocket bag is a little message that I'm going to reveal to you when I feel the time is right. It's really interesting because I'm immediately, the bag wants me to reveal itself. Like the message wants me to reveal itself, but Spirit's like, no, hold on. It's interesting. It's like a tug of war. It's like, I should read you, but no. Like, yeah. Interesting. Okay, so this is it. We'll have a look what that keyword is, but let's tap in. Let's channel some messages Oh, they're coming out really quickly. Interesting. So for pile number 2, what's happening in the month of July, Spirit? What's happening? What can I get? I'm going to close my eyes because it helps me, because I don't like to see the cards when I'm channeling. It interferes, you know. What's coming through, Spirit? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, all right. So I'm getting this image of someone holding so tightly to something with everything they have, every bit of their being. And that is going to be pulled away from you. Wow, that was intense. So that was a vision, by the way. Sometimes I get them. Depends on what Spirit wants to bring through. So some of you guys may be holding on to something really tightly, and Spirit is saying that in the month of July that it could either be completely taken from you for your highest good, or it could just be you allowing yourself to have a looser grip or a looser hold of this thing that you're just it's almost out of anxiety, guys. I'm sensing you don't want to lose it, or you don't want it to leave your life. Yeah, it's interesting because it's taken me back to an experience of my own where, okay, can you see these cards? No, you can't. Okay, so sometimes when we hold on, okay, so you may lose this thing because you're holding on too tightly to it, and it could just be a warning that Spirit wants you to just relax a bit and don't hold it too tightly. This could be metaphoric. It could be something that you're doing in terms of your career. It could be something that you want, so you're trying so hard, like you're holding onto a concept or an idea or a goal, or it could just be actually something tangible because you fear that you're going to be left with nothing, or the rest of your life or the world, your whole world or your whole identity is quite sucked into this. I am going to be honest, pile number 2. Okay? And it's interesting because I chose this one, so we all have to let go of something, okay? Depending on what it is, but we'll see how this is. It's going to help you though. It's almost like you don't have to try as hard, or you don't have to put as much effort into it. What came up for me was, I honestly, okay, I have to use this example. So I went to the dentist the other day. I'm getting all these fillings done in my teeth. And by the way, I had such a fear of the dentist, and I've overcome it. I'm so proud of myself. But when I was in the chair and getting my filling, I was holding on to the chair so freaking tightly. Like, because I was like, oh my God, this is so nerve-wracking. I'm anxious. Like, I think it's going to actually serve me better if I hold on to the chair for some reason. I'm like, okay, no, it's not going to hurt. If I hold on tightly, I won't feel anything. But it was the total opposite. The dentist was like, oh, can you just relax? Can you just relax your mouth? Can you relax your body? Just like constantly telling me. And when I finally did. I was like, okay, I should just relax. Everything's gonna be okay. It was more easier. It felt better. It wasn't that painful. So it's almost like it's gonna serve you better to let go of trying so hard, holding so tightly, because you think it's gonna actually be better for you, but it's actually not the case. It's so interesting. I absolutely love this idea and this philosophy, and I'm gonna wanna implement it more in my life with things, you know, because we constantly think we have to really try to work hard, or if we want something, we're gonna dedicate ourselves fully, you know. It's, oh my God, it's you guys and myself Think about something in your life that you're holding on, that you're suffocating, that you feel like if it was to leave your life or your space, or even not be in your life, it would really, really distress you or hurt you or make you feel like there is going to be some sort of harm, and that your life won't be able to, it won't feel good without it. So I want you to think about that, because that's really big here for you guys. And just focus on maybe having a bit of distance. Letting go of it a little bit. Knowing that you're going to be okay without it. Another example it's coming through is just a typical one, okay? Especially if you're on social media and you're trying to grow a following, or you have a business, all that kind of jazz. You constantly want to see your followers grow. You constantly want to know that you're building, So you'll become really, really fixated and constantly hoping and making sure that those numbers are going up. And if they're not, then it's like, oh God, my life is absolutely not heading in a positive direction. And it's just not the case. It's the opposite. It's like, put your phone down for a couple hours, go and do something else, go and do something that makes you feel free, makes you feel like you're not holding so tightly to things and ideas and people and situations. Find activities and things in your life where you feel completely free. Like, it's almost like you are one with the moment or one with spirit. Okay, I'm going to put a few examples before I have a look at your cards. Moments for that in my life are like when I love the beach and I love the water and I love the ocean. I'm a water baby, so I love it when I throw myself into the ocean, like all of myself. It just feels amazing. And it's almost like I'm releasing myself. There's nothing that can hold me back. What are some things in your life where you feel like that? Where you feel like completely not tied down? Think about that and do more of that in the month of July. That is what Spirit's trying to say here. Okay? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at your cards and I'll get your tarot. I might just do your tarot now. Let's just do your tarot. Yeah, wow. Pile number 2. I'm so enamored, or I'm so enthralled. I absolutely, oh my God, we have dolphins here. We have the ocean. So maybe just jumping in and swimming with the oceans makes you feel free. Makes you feel like you don't have to have so much or try so much or be so much. Tradition, nostalgia, reflection. Okay? More water here. This is funny. Okay, I'm going to put this here because I want to get more cards. Actually, I'm just going to pull over all your cards. We have the past coming up. Past, present, future, feelings. The angels and guides have insights. You have inner knowledge. It's interesting because the tradition card, that is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant has a lot of hidden knowledge, a lot of understanding about life. You may have a lot of understanding about life. You may learn from your experiences really, really well. You may be quite reflective in the month of July, okay? It's interesting because we have past, present, future, and feelings. You may be reflecting on what happened in the past and how it's affecting your present and how you want your future to be. Given on your feelings right now and reflecting on them. There's a lot of going inwards and going within and it shifting your future. So good on you. You're going to be really reflective. What else do we have? We have leadership with the sun in Aries. By the way, okay, guys, there will be a new beginning in July, just because we have the sun in Aries, new beginnings, and we have leadership. So these are very strong positions I am sensing here, okay? You may step into a position that puts you as a leader, okay? There may be something that you're passionate about in the month of July, and you just become an expert at it. I am sensing that there is something that you become very, very good at, or you're finally qualified, or you're finally have that knowledge or that skill set. And it opens up all these avenues with the new beginnings. I actually got ringing in my ears, which was interesting. The gambler. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Wow. So maybe this is you, and you're looking out the window and you're like, what do I really want, you know? Maybe there are some people that didn't have your best interests. They didn't have your back. They didn't cheer you on. They didn't help you. Maybe they just didn't understand you or listen to you. I'm getting that. I'm getting this sense of like really understanding how you're feeling about a situation and trusting yourself. And maybe that's what you need to help you embrace this new beginning. So this new beginning is going to come in, and it says take a leap of faith. And it's interesting because I honestly feel like this is what this guy's doing. He's taking a leap of faith. He can't freaking see. So you need to start something new if there is something that you have on your mind. If it's just changing maybe a position in your life with the leadership, or taking something to the next level, you don't need anyone to tell you that you can do it. You can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. Oh, we have the challenges and problems. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords. This one comes up a lot in my readings. Okay, so that's what you're thinking about here. It's almost like, okay, there are some things in my life that are getting in my way. How can I move through them with this tradition card, with this Hierophant? And look at this, angel guides of insight. So you get this insight, or it could even be this gut feeling, because it's like, we're talking about your feelings here, your intuition, willingness to follow intuition even if others doubted you. I do feel like this Five of Swords can be other people, all right? Other people bringing you down, not believing in you. It's just like noise. Other people are noise. And like, these are different people in your life. And you're like, oh God, get out of my way. So you're going to have this insight. And it's going to help you remove these swords. Let's have a look at this. The second house, assets. Let's have a look at what the second house says. Material world, possessions, finance, talent, values. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. It's interesting though, because the gambler card is in this direction. So he's taking a risk with something to do with the second house, something to do with the material world, possessions, finance, talents, and values. These are the things that you value in your life. And what we value, we spend most of our time to. We hold on tightly to, don't we? So, okay. And it's interesting because we have the challenges of problems above the second house. Okay. So this is nice because I'm telling you that maybe this leadership position, or you progressing in some sort of talent, because we do have the talent here, okay? And your values, the material world, could be your money, your finances. Maybe you're holding on too much to your money, and it's about you're holding on to it because you worry that if you spend it, you won't get any more. What was I saying at the beginning when I was channeling? Let go of your grip on whatever it is. If it's money, because like this is possessions, talent. Maybe that is basically this risk. Maybe other people are telling you, oh, you know, you need to hold on to this money. You need to save money. Or you need to do this. And Hierophant is just telling me like you're figuring out what you value, what you want to do with your life. It's interesting because the Hierophant, oh my God, the Hierophant acts from a place of value. He knows his values. And then he's already in authority and he can help other people realize their own values. So these two cards both represent you realizing that you do value something deeply, guys. You value something really, really deeply. But it's just about not suffocating. And I'm getting ringing in my ear. You're doing something too much or you're trying so hard. And it's causing, it could be other people's influences that are making you feel like if you loosen your grip, you're doing something wrong. It's really interesting. It's so freaking interesting. Okay. You may be in Aries just because we have the sun in Aries. You may be Taurus. I don't know why that's coming through as well, just suddenly. But there is going to be a new beginning. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning. Archangel of Strength, support, action, protection, and opportunity. Archangel Michael. Wow. He is the courageous angel. So you have the strength. Oh my God, guys. Okay, whenever I do my readings, I always forget that Spirit gives me principles to receive your messages. Oh, I love this brightness. Just having a look through the camera lens is beautiful. Beautiful. Your month of July is bright. It's bright and looks good. Looks good. Even if maybe some internal problems are going to come up, looks really good. And the internal battles, don't worry. They're just about you being okay and feeling safe with letting go of something. Okay. So what I was saying was that Spirit speaks to me in number sequences. And there are so many here in your reading. And number sequences give you a message because of the connections between the cards. So I'm going to start with these two cards. Can you see? We have a 4 and a 5. Number sequences are numbers that go up. This is something that I've discovered with my connection with Spirit and doing thousands and thousands of readings. So 4 and 5. It means that these two cards are connected. So you have the strength to remove these swords out of your way in the month of July. You're going to be doing that, but you're going to have to go in and really understand what you value and how to not let your values and your possessions and your assets kind of control you, which is interesting. Because there's something that you're not seeing here with this man. It's like you may take a risk, but because you holding it on so tightly to it, because you identify with it so much, that you don't see the bigger picture. So just be careful. There's something really risky with this gambler card. Really risky. But I do feel that you're going to have, by the end of July, you're going to have a stronger understanding of how to manage your possessions a lot more better and a lot more effectively. You may figure out what you really value. Maybe something that you're holding so tightly to isn't something that you want to identify with anymore. It could be that, completely that. Maybe you decide that there is also this sense of discovery as well. Okay, there is this sense of discovery. And I just saw 111. So you could discover that you have an interest or a talent. You could discover that this possession is something that you really, really like. You love, you value, you want to keep it. It makes you secure. This could be the things that you like to wear. But don't identify with it too heavily. That's all I'm going to say for you in the month of July, because that's not going to help you. It's just going to cause more challenges and problems. And then we have the Four of Cups. Lovely. Okay. Four of Cups is honestly, you are not recognizing. It's almost like you're not seeing here with the gambler. You're not seeing that you can have what it is that you value in your life. But it's almost like if you keep the relationship that you have with this possession or this talent or this tangible thing or this luxury or this, it could be something to do with your finances, okay? Then it's going to backfire on you. It's not going to move ahead in the way that you want it to move ahead. And that is especially if it's to do with your finances. Some of you guys may really value a relationship and you're smothering it, or you're just holding so tightly to it, or you depend on it, or there's just something about it that it's like, it's a risk, it's a gamble, you know, you're going to lose something at the end of the day, whether that's you and your sense of self and your values, because you totally over-identify with this person and their values. There's something about making sure that you don't miss these cups, these like, why is Spirit saying parts of yourself? Because one cup is getting the attention, all of the attention. And when I say that, it could be maybe there's something that you're over-identifying, you're clinging onto, you're giving it all your attention, it's just everything. And Spirit's like, there's these three cups that are neglected. Why don't you focus on that? Focus on letting go of this cup a bit. And you're going to feel so much better. It could be an opportunity here. Look at this. We have protection and opportunity. So maybe you're missing an opportunity because you're totally fixated on something. And you're not seeing the other opportunities in your life or the other things that want to come in. Okay. Let's get some other messages. What else, Spirit, for pilot number 2? Spirit just said don't hide away. Don't hide away, okay? I don't think you will. You're stepping into something powerful as well with the leadership card, okay? Yeah, look at this. Where my focus goes, my energy flows. Wow. So you're focusing on this big cup. But if you gave less attention to this thing in your life, all these cups would be able to benefit from you as well. And the whole aim of it is to diversify, guys. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You can have many cups. Why are you just focusing on one cup? We have dream big, dream often, and inspired. So yeah, guys, this is the month to dream big. With Michael, Archangel Michael with you, you're protected, and you may have that extra strength with the leadership to really be able to tackle something. I'm also sensing that there's something that you could be tackling in the month of July, that all this strength that Archangel Michael is giving you, you're going to be able to, oh my God, it's going to be so easy. You may feel inspired in the month of July. Very inspired. Okay, let's get your intuitive messages before we wrap up your reading. Oh, don't worry. I am going to get your keyword. It's interesting how it's almost like I don't really... Oh! This is so interesting. I'm sorry. I was like, got interrupted. But at the beginning I was saying, you know, how I really want to open it, but I can't. Like, it's like this attachment. That was the kind of feeling I'm saying. It's like, just leave the freaking bag. You don't need to know what's in it constantly. There's that energy, okay? You're going to learn the art of detachment in the month of July. I could have said everything in my reading with that sentence, detachment, okay? Knowing that you're not going to lose something. You don't need to hold so tightly. Let's have a look at... I'm so curious. Actually, let's have a look at your keyword. I'm ready now, Spirit. I'm ready. They are ready. Soul Tribe. Okay. So maybe some of you guys identify with being in a group so much. You have a soul tribe. Maybe you depend on a soul tribe. Well, there is something about you knowing who you are and being okay with not being in a group in some way. Not depending on being around other people, okay? But Soul Tribe is going to be big in July, and I do kind of feel like it's... With the leadership, you could be like an influencer. Or you could just have a lot of people around you. But just make sure that you have this time out for yourself and that you're not totally relying on them and spending every single minute with them, because you got the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant is alone reflecting. We also have take a risk or be rewarded. Wow. I honestly feel like this gambler is taking a really big risk. Yeah, wow. So big risk in July, and you're going to be rewarded for it. Even if others didn't believe in you or they doubted you. Someone needs to leave your life. Interesting, okay? Someone needs to leave your life. Mistake. This card, okay. It's landing on, okay, someone needs to live your life is landing on this tradition card and the insights, okay? And I'm just sensing, guys, that you're going to have this insight of, okay, this needs to leave my life. I don't want to put my focus on this anymore. That's also coming through. When you reassess your values, if that's something that's going to happen here, because we have values twice, like I told you, you may no longer identify with it anymore. Okay. You are so very well loved. It's time to find love for yourself. Wow, that is powerful. Okay, so far out. Okay, guys, this is just my last message. So the Soul Tribe, you don't need other people to tell you that they love you, or to have that community. I mean, it's great and it's important, and we all need connections for sure. But this reading and this message is almost like you don't need to hold so tightly on them. You don't need to depend on it. The love that you need is within yourself. And if you find that, then my goodness, that is what is valuable and important. Okay, so pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you got something out of it. I hope something resonated. I know it was pretty repetitive, the message, but it was just very important, and I kind of felt like I needed to drill it in you. If anything resonated, feel free to leave a comment. I love your feedback. If you want more videos like this, make sure that you subscribe and like, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Okay, let's get to pile number 3. welcome to your reading. What's happening in the month of July? What's happening in the month of... You chose the orange bag. Okay, I'm just going to take a breath to tap into your energy. Pile number 2's energy was very interesting. Took all of me, and now I'm going into your energy. Okay, pile number 3. What's happening for the month of July for them, Spirit? Pile number 3. Okay. So your finances are looking really good. Spirit is saying that there's going to be a way for you guys to make more money if you want that, or if that's something that you're interested in. What else, Spirit? I'm going to shuffle your cards. What else for pile number 3? Okay. Spirit said that you're going to have a tough conversation with someone. It may not be easy, but I think it will help you. I think it will help you understand where the other person is coming from, or just bring things into the open. You know how some things, if we don't talk about it, we will not fully understand what the truth is, because we are only assuming. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna put your cards. Can you see them? Yes, you can. What else for pile number 3 in the month of July? Okay. Sorry, I just have some time to kind of process. So Spirit is kind of saying that you need to step back, you need to take a break in some way. It's interesting because that happened in another pile, but there is this sense of you realizing your limits, or like, that's enough for me, thank you. Good on you. I like this. I'm just trying to get the essence of your energy. It's you know your boundaries. Maybe someone offers you something and you're like, oh no, I'm okay. I don't need that. I'm fine, thank you. But you're very diplomatic and polite about it. So maybe you're just very you're definitely graceful. You don't need that much help in July. You're kind of doing your own thing. What else for it? Okay, all right. This is nice energy. Pile number 3. I know I'm a little bit more quiet, but I'm just trying to hear. Sometimes from some messages, I have to really listen and try to really listen, be quiet, because they're not as loud in my head. It's interesting. Some of the messages, they're either really loud or they're really quiet, and I have to really listen. So I am getting that there may be some people around you that are, I don't know, they're fighting with themselves, or they don't have the best energy, or there's just some stuff going on around you that isn't your energy. It's not you. It's just what's going on. And I just get that I'm just getting you, and you're like, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want that. I don't want to enjoy. I just don't need that. And even the way I'm speaking is your energy. It's like, I don't need that. Why? So there could be you realizing, I need some space from this person, or these type of people, just for a bit, okay? I don't think it's anything too uncomfortable for you, even though you're going, maybe that's where you have to have that talk. Yes. And the card that's come out, we'll just talk about it because it's facing up. So when a card faces up, it's the card that you need to see. And it's interesting because you got the most tarot that I've put out. 7th house is all about relating. It's all about partners, companionships, relationships, marriage, all that kind of jazz. And it's about having harmonious, balanced energies, especially this card, because I can see there are 2 hands holding each other, and we've got the scales for balance. So maybe you guys are maintaining balance in relationships in July. That's one of your main focuses. Yeah, we'll have a look at the other cards. Let's have a look at your archetype card. We have the athlete. Wow. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, developments of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. So you may be getting stronger, just like an athlete does. But I'm also sensing with the athlete that this card is all about being selfish. It is. Like, if you want to train like an athlete, if you want to think like an athlete, if you want to just dedicate yourself to changing yourself in a big way, because an athlete does not change itself in a small way, you have to it takes up a lot of time, and it takes up a lot of your energy and space. And you could, okay, also, Spirit is also telling me at the same time is that this could be, if you don't give a crap about exercise or getting stronger, it's about perfecting something in your life. It's about really taking it seriously, dedicating yourself. And maybe with the 7th house and the relationships, it's like, hey, I got to figure out how to not disrupt the harmony of these relationships when I actually need to do a bit for myself at the moment. So it's balancing that work-life balance, but it's like relationship. Yeah, you don't want to be too selfish that it affects your relationships. But I honestly feel like I don't think it's going to bother you. I honestly feel like, let's have a look at the other cards. Let's see. Page of Swords. Wow. What an interesting Page of Swords. Look at that. Okay, that is such a big sword, by the way. That's a huge sword. That sword is bigger than that person. I just keep getting this feeling that if the people in your life really love you and care about you and want the best for you, they're going to allow you your space and your time to dedicate whatever it is that you're trying to perfect in the month of July. If they kick up a fuss, that may be where you have that tough conversation, because this is giving me this vibe of like, I need to put my priorities. I'm taking myself seriously, what it is that I want to do or perfect. Changing tracks. I want to look at all your cards, guys, because I think that's really, all the cards are going to connect. So reflect on your truth and changing tracks. So if something isn't working, you're not going to give up. You're just going to try a different way. I love that about you. Also with the Page of Swords, you could be just at the beginning of this athlete energy, just at the beginning of trying to develop something in your life. Like, it could be focusing on your physical body. But I don't think that's going to be for all of you. Ultimate perfection is what the athlete represents. Reflecting on your truth. Swords represent your truth. This is something that's really dear to your heart. This is something that you really means a lot to you, by the way. So your people in your life will have to accept that. Success is going to come. I love it. Because you're so devoted and you're listening to yourself. You're not putting the needs of other people before your own, especially in the month of July, okay? Harvest. Wow. You're harvesting. Things are really working out for you. If it isn't right now, there's something that you're going to do differently with changing tracks, and then bang, you're going to be on it. It also tells me that you have to, like I said at the beginning before I went into all the piles, there is this seriousness of having to tackle things in the month of July. You're tackling something big. Issues of control and freedom next to the relating house, next to your relationships. Issues of control. Someone may want to control you and say, no, you can't do this. Why are you spending so much time on this? And you may actually tell some people to F off. I am getting that, especially next to the devil here, and because it says freedom. You're feeling tied to these people. Can you see that? This person is tied, and it's right next to the 7th house. And with this Page of Swords, it's like, no. Get out of my way or I'm going to stab you with my sword. And I don't mean that literally, but it's just about you owning your truth and owning exactly, this is what I want to do with this athlete. This is something I really want to dedicate myself. This is important to me. Don't get in my way. I'm getting really passionate about this. Okay, so then we have the Wheel of Fortune, change in action. Change. You've got change twice. So changing these tracks or doing something differently in order to perfect something in your life is going to cause this good luck, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune is about things turning in your favor, and it's fortunate, especially with the success and the harvest. So I'm so excited for you guys. Balance. What was I saying? It needs to balance. Oh my God, look at this. It says relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts. Wow. Calls out. You're going to call out someone and be like, hey, I can't deal with this. If you have a problem, you're not going to encourage or support me, then I don't need your time. That's exactly the energy of July for you. I want to get more. Your message was pretty straightforward. I want to get a little bit more. Let's get some more information for pile number 3. And I feel compelled to get your little message in a minute. It's interesting because I am getting into the energy that you're going to get into in July, which is really no nonsense. It's, oh my God, I love it. I love it so much for you guys. I think it's going to be really helpful. It's just really going to help you focus on this athlete energy, which is something that, it could be a number of things, guys. If you want examples, let me get some examples. You guys, okay, what's coming to my mind, Spirit? You really want to dedicate yourself to save. That's something. But you want to save a particular amount of money. So there's something about really focusing on the details, because that's what an athlete has to do. But an athlete has to put everything into it. Like, athlete cannot, okay, if we're talking about fitness, an athlete can't, especially an athlete, all right, when they're training or when they're really wanting to make changes within themselves or progress or become the best, and they want to build muscle, I'm just putting the example of the athlete, they're not going to eat chocolate. They're not going to have a night out and eat a chocolate bar. It's not freaking worth it. This is something big that they're committing themselves to. So this is huge, guys. This is really, really big. That's just one example. So maybe there's some pressures from outside people that are like, hey, just have a night at the movies and let's eat popcorn and you'll be okay. You'll still get the results that you want. No. Another example would be, what could it be, Spirit? It could be just with your work. Oh my God, that's a big one. So some of you guys may really want to get somewhere. You really want to hit a milestone with your work. And you will. Can you see what you've got? Harvest success in the athlete. Like, this is hitting milestones big time. And I've already seen one of your cards, so I'm gonna turn it over, but I just want to get one more card. Let's get this card here. Pile number 3, your reading is just going to be short and sweet, because I just get, it's just, sometimes some messages are just really straightforward. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look at this card. Refinement. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Refining. That's what an athlete does. Athlete doesn't, if something doesn't work, they just find something different. They're constantly perfecting. That's what refinement is, and that's what you're doing. So I'm also having a look at this beautiful card here, which makes me feel like it could be something that you're working on. Look at this. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Well, this card is just about you being able to do something that you love, that you don't have much professional qualification for. Okay? It's just something that you really, really love, and you want to become really, really good at it, especially with the athlete. So it may involve making a lot of different mistakes and errors, but then figuring out, okay, that doesn't work for me, so I'm just going to go this way. It's so interesting. Yeah, let's have a look. This card. Back and forth. Interesting. 5. Yes. So, look, we have the intention. Okay, Spirit just channeled. All right. So, this energy is really, really, really serious. Okay? Enough is my attitude. And I think that's going to be your energy in the month of July. Enough is enough. No more of maybe indulging in behaviors that you did in June. There's just like, I gotta get my shit together. And honestly, maybe in July or previously with the back and forth, you were like, yeah, I gotta put a bit of my effort into it, but then you don't. But here it's like you put everything freaking into it. It's so interesting because it's like the opposite energy of pile number 2. They needed to let go a bit. They needed to just like not hold on so tightly. But you're switching gears here. And it's honestly, I don't know whether you're ready for this. I think you are. I wonder what's going to be the instigator. Be interesting to see. You may see some truths about the people around you, how they really view you, and what they mean to you. Okay? Because I'm honestly feeling if they don't have your support, you couldn't care less. It's always like, okay, well, out you go. All right. Let's get a few more cards. What else is happening for the month of July, Spirit? Let's get some Zodiac. I want to get 2 for you. What's happening in the month of July? Eclipse and Gemini, negotiation. Rise to challenges as new path opens. Negotiating. And it's interesting because there's 2 people here. It's got a family here. There is definitely going to be some discussions, some opening up. Yeah, guys, you're going to have to negotiate your way. Then you have a Gemini. Yep, 2 Geminis. This is crazy, okay? So, should I stay or should I go? Indecision, all right? I don't think you're going to have any sense of trouble with making a decision. I honestly feel that someone is going to negotiate with you, try to negotiate, try to like creep themselves back in. Because I do feel like in the month of July, someone's going to drop out of your life if they don't support you. Yeah, wow. We also have, it's interesting because we have two paths, and then we have all these different directions. It's like that is what you're rising above. It's like you're going to stick to a path. You're going to find, okay, this is my path. This is the one that I'm going on, and I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to follow that path to the end. And it's interesting because look at this. Changing tracks as well, okay? So maybe there is this new path that sets you into this athlete mode, okay? Which is really exciting. So, month of July, you may be taken on a new path, and you're following that and you're dedicating that. And any challenges that come in your way, they're being thrown off your path. It's really, really interesting. Okay, let's get some more cards. Actually, no, we're going to have a look at your little intuitive message, Spirit. We have anger. Someone's going to be angry that you're doing something for yourself. You know this, like I had this experience the other day, okay? So I decided to become more selfish. I decided to become taking care of my own life and not having to always put other people first, their needs, okay? It upset someone that I didn't expect would actually get upset. I was quite shocked, actually. So this is what I'm telling you. When you go on your path that is right for you, where you really truly do what's right for you, you're gonna upset people around you. It's just what happens. So there may be someone that gets upset, gets angry, and that's where you'll have to have that kind of conversation. A lot about communication. You've got Gemini twice, and you've got the 7th house. Also, this could be you. This could be you becoming a little bit more ruthless. Some people may actually see you become angry or like get flared up about something. They may see a different side of you, which is really interesting. Let's get a few different little cards. Month of July, Spirit. Month of July. Oh, look at that. What are you doing? You're writing, or you're by yourself. You're doing something. You're planning maybe, or you're refining. We have a lady with a notebook. I feel like getting 4 for you. Oh my goodness. I got a coffee before the reading, and it's there, and it's cold, and I forgot it's there, and I'm really upset because I really wanted to enjoy that coffee. But it is what it is. So I'm going to just drink cold coffee. Okay, so this is nice because this is about you maybe, okay, for some of you, it really is about focusing on your physical appearance. For some of you, maybe for all of you, it's general reading. So you are going to be able to go out and buy yourself a whole new wardrobe, or you're going to be able to reward yourself in some way because of the success and the dedication. If it's rewarding yourself with a new outfit or a new bag or whatever it is because it's something to do with your physical appearance, so be it. But if it is also, it could just be you rewarding yourself because of something that you really, really decided to knuckle down on and be successful in. And my phone's ringing. So that is just clarification. Let's keep going. More paper. So some of you guys may be trying to make something here. Design something, create something. Look at you. Look at these people. You guys may be studying. That is another thing. Wow. Maybe some of you guys really want to pass an exam. That's another example. But these women, what do they both have in common? They're alone, aren't they? They're being given their space. We also have it drive. Okay, so you have... Okay, it's interesting because this card can mean different things in different contexts. Like whenever I look at this image, I will get a channel, and the channel that I got immediately was drive. You have so much drive in the month of July to get things done. And if you don't, if something else doesn't work, you're going to refine it, which is amazing. And people that are not going to support you or encourage you or believe in you, that might anger you, okay? Because this thing means a lot to you, I am sensing. Let's get some of your cards, your intuitive messages before we wrap up your reading. Pile number 3. And I'm going to drink my cold coffee. My God, the cards are going crazy. Let's have a look. Let's see. I got really serious in your reading. It's not really like me. I'm usually a little bit more chirpy and like happy. Just do that thing that you keep putting off. And that is what you're doing in the month of July. It's like you finally had enough. It's like, okay, I wanted to have abs. This is just an example. And you always were trying to do it. And then, okay, July hits you and you're like, it's the middle of the year. I've already got half the year left to get abs. Let's do it. I'm in. Maybe someone in your life thinks that's ridiculous. I know that's not going to be the example for all of you guys, but that just came to my mind. Okay, what else do we have? New love. Interesting. New love may be coming in. Someone that loves you for who you are, what you're doing. What else have we got? No more lying to yourself. No, you're not going to lie to yourself anymore. I love this energy for you guys. Absolutely adore it. No more lying to yourself. You're not stuck. There are many options. Open your heart and feel the right one. You will. This is so good because it's like if you fail or if something isn't working the way that you want it to, you're just not going to give up. You're going to tell yourself, I'm not stuck. I'm sure there's another way to do it. Let's just try that. Lump sum of money is yours. Money is yours coming in. That could be the success in the harvest because of you dedicating, especially if some of you guys are trying to design and create something for your business here. That earns you more money because of your dedication and your willpower. Maybe some of you guys are really, really trying so hard to get a particular role in your career. And you're doing all the research. And you're trying really, really hard. And then it pays off really, really well. So pile number 3, I'm going to leave your reading there, was really lovely messages. If anything resonated, please feel free to leave a comment. I love your feedback. I know that some of these messages you may not like instantly resonate with because it hasn't happened yet. Sometimes it takes a while to see it develop in your life, okay? But nonetheless, there may be some things you instantly resonate with. If you guys like my style of reading, feel free to like and subscribe for future readings, and I hope to see you there. Okay, let's get into pile number 4. What an interesting pile. What an interesting pile. I know all my piles have like, okay, you guys you will get sick of me saying interesting all the time. It's just, that is my common phrase. I'm aware of it. There's 2 words that I say constantly all the time, which is interesting and wow. It's just like, it's a good reaction. It's like a reaction that says, wow, I love this. This is awesome. This is a good feeling, okay? I'm sorry if I say it so much and it annoys you, but it's what helps me. It helps me kind of receive your messages. Okay, so your pile is interesting because when I picked it up, I got the feeling of like, what is this bag? This bag has holes in it. This bag doesn't even tie up properly. This bag is a bit of a mess. Okay, look at it. And I just saw the keyword, so I'm going to have to show you. But it's a bit ragged, you know? It's a bit like, oh God, you need a bit of a makeover. Or there is something a bit damaged about the bag. And that could be where you're at right now. But what I really like about this is that you've got rebirth. Wow, some of you guys are going through a rebirth. Some of you guys are maybe feeling, I can hear a cat meowing. Maybe some of you guys are feeling like you're in that stage of like, I've had enough, or, you know, when you go through a rebirth, there are some things that you suddenly realize about yourself. And before you go through the rebirth, there's like these moments in your life that you may not be in the best frame of mind. You may not be in the best place. You may not have things all together. I'm just getting this sense of a mess. Maybe there are things in your life that feel like a bit of a mess. But it's really beautiful at the same time because you're going through this rebirth. Things are allowed to be messy, guys. Things are allowed to get messy. Things may continue to get messy in July. But it's almost like you have the biggest excuse right here. Rebirth. Rebirths are messy. I'm okay. So I'm already starting to get channels for you. I'm just going to tap into your deck and shuffle and get all your cards while I explain what it is that I'm seeing through my vision. I'm just seeing a lot of, okay. So a lot of emotional outbursts, a lot of coming to terms with some heavy emotions, possibly, okay. Which is good, because honestly, when we feel our emotions, that's when the rebirth kicks in. If you're numb and you're not feeling anything and your life feels a little bit cold and stagnant and not moving anywhere, and it's just because you're not feeling your emotions, because you're repressing things, that's not good. But in July, things are coming up. You're feeling your feelings. You may be, okay, this is what I'm getting. It's almost like you're talking back to someone. Someone says something and you're like, you just lose your shit. That's a vibe I am getting. But it's all part of the rebirth, the beginning of your rebirth. Feeling the emotions, letting them out, expressing them, owning them. Because once you feel, like, this is a very feely energy. I am feeling a lot of your emotions. It's really good. I think you're going to be feeling good to let it out, to get them off your chest. Okay, I'm just getting all your cards because I feel compelled to do that now. So you may find yourself in situations that irritate you or make you mirror back to you parts of yourself that you get triggered by. Okay, so lots of triggering happening in July. I know you're probably thinking, what, this doesn't sound good at all. But it's almost like, I'm gonna call it the time where you're waking up, okay, and you're feeling and you're expressing and you're no longer ignoring what's going on within yourself. Some of you guys may already just starting to do this, okay, but we'll also have a look about what's going to happen once you start to react, because reacting is not bad, guys. If you're not reacting, then you don't stand for anything. If you're not saying no to something, then you don't have some sense of self. This is about discovering yourself and discovering things about yourself just by how people are impacting on you, okay? And how you're getting triggered. It's almost like, okay, this person did something in my life and I'm really triggered by it and I'm getting angry and the emotions are coming out. You may not understand your emotions, but this is such a good thing. This is changing you. This is transforming you. We'll also have a look at maybe exactly what areas your rebirth is coming, what it's going to be in. But I just keep getting visions of certain people triggering you emotionally, okay? And it's not bad. It's for your highest growth. It's so that you can change. Let's have a look. I want to get your archetype card. Spirit is telling me to get your archetype card right now. Shapeshifter. Lovely, 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 lovely. So you're shifting. A skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. So this is you. This is going to be you in the month of July as well. You're shifting your energies. And in order to have a rebirth, you have to be like a shapeshifter as well. You may be, look at this, you're navigating through different levels of consciousness. You're expanding your consciousness. This rebirth is going to open your mind. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is like a self-discovery. I am going to get you one more card. Yeah, let's get you one more card. Don't worry, I'm going to get you lots of cards, pile number 4. Expansion with the shape. Expanding your consciousness. Which proves to be very lucky. Jupiter is a very lucky planet. But first you have to let your emotions out. Spirit just keeps bringing me back to that. Okay, so the question I'm going to ask you guys is, if you're holding back, if you're feeling like you are unable to really say something to someone, or there, because there's some like getting this level of holding back. There is something that's on your chest that needs to be kind of like, you really want to tell someone how you really feel. That's what I'm feeling here. And when you do that, and my watch just vibrated. So when you do that, that instantly shifts your energy with the shapeshifter. And I'm just gonna get into your cards because I'm really excited. Communication, Mercury, communication. Communication is gonna be very important in July. Words, thoughts, information, learning. I just honestly feel like you're gonna be communicating how you really feel. People will have to listen. There may be some things that people are saying that you don't agree with, okay? It could just be that. It could just be this really realizing what is your truth, what you stand for. I honestly feel, I'm going to be honest with you guys, that this communication may not be the best communication. But ultimately, it really helps you stand in realizing that, okay, it's also, oh my God, far out, guys. I'm sorry, but your energy is coming through really, really strongly. It's like someone says something and you get so bothered by it. But you're glad. Okay, I know it sounds really awful and you're like, I don't want to get bothered by what someone says. But guys, if something ever affects you or makes you angry, or it says so much about yourself. And it's almost like what I'm getting here, like my watch is going off for your reading. Like I'm getting notifications constantly. But it is such a good thing because I'm getting here with the rebirth card. It's like, okay, why the hell did I get triggered over what that person said? Why? What was the point of that? I didn't need to. And then you're like, once you kind of get that, it clicks in your brain. It's like, I don't need to get angry about what that person said. Why am I though? There's questioning. There's lots of questioning with this, which makes it really productive. And it contributes to expanding your consciousness and this rebirth. Lots of insights about yourself and how other people trigger you. Expanding your mind. It's like, maybe there is this way, okay, what's coming in, because Spirit's giving me this out. Maybe someone's speaking to you in a way that you don't appreciate. And it's already clicking to you in July. And you're like, hey, hang on, why speak to me like that? I don't like this. And then you're like, okay, am I going to put up with that? Or am I going to tell them, hey, you're speaking to me not in a very nice way and I don't like it? Or it could just be the discovery of the fact that, hey, I don't like to be spoken in this way. That, freaking hell, that is the beginning of a rebirth. That's the beginning of you letting other people, like, there's this sense of you having more understanding of yourself. Let's keep going. Go with the flow. Oh God, I was going to get some other cards because that's really interesting. Okay, so you have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel with you, okay? He's helping you in terms of this communication. He's helping you with the fact that, okay. So when you realize, okay, in a situation when there is some sort of communication and it makes you uncomfortable and it triggers you and you realize, wow, I don't want that's triggered me this way. This archangel is coming in to help not let the situation go out of hand, okay? You know what I mean? So sometimes when we have disputes or arguments, or you give your opinion or you say what you want to say, it creates even more issues. It makes things blow up. I honestly feel like the Angel Gabriel is here to prevent that from happening, okay? So you're looked after. You're okay to really express yourself, these emotional triggers that are coming through. You're being given that space to do so, okay? Hostilities. Wow. There you go. Hostile. Like, you're no more you're not going to be hostile anymore. It's like, far out. I just really honestly feel like you're given this space to truly tell it how you want to say it. You don't need to hold back. You don't need to care how you're going to affect the other person. I think that's going to prevent your rebirth. You really need to let it out, guys. I'm telling you. True love come to me. 2626. 2626. So this communication could be to do with someone romantically. So someone may trigger you. I don't know. It could be someone that you're in a relationship with, you're intimate, you're already in a committed relationship, and it's just about you speaking up. That's big, because I nearly want to cry right now. Really expressing how you're feeling. There's something that needs to come out, okay? This person may trigger you, and you don't want to hurt their feelings. But it gets to a point here that you can't hold back anymore. I feel like you're bottling up something. And if you keep doing that, it's going to prevent this change that's happening within yourself that needs to happen with the rebirth. Abundance. Beautiful. Abundance. You have abundance and success, okay? And it's next to the true love come to me. So this is kind of telling me also, if you're not in a relationship, if you're single, there is potential for a really nice relationship to come in, okay? But there is this sense of you having to express how you truly feel. This communication in this Mercury is about you being authentic with your speech. It's not about saying what you think you should say that will impress that person or that will attract that person. Saying what you really want to say. This is the biggest message here, because once you do that, there is going to be some massive positive changes that are going to be successful and abundant and going to expand whatever it is that you're being truthful with the expansion card, with the Jupiter, which is lucky. So being true to yourself and speaking, even if you feel emotional, all right? It can be the case of like you're feeling hurt and you're crying and you're really dramatic. You may not be dramatic. You may actually be emotionless, but it's affecting you. So it doesn't matter what way it's going to come out when it comes to expressing how you're feeling or what you want to say. It's just about saying the truth. And everything working out in your favor. It's going to be okay. Lying to yourself will damage you and hurt you more. And definitely giving what the other person wants. And, oh my God, that sounded really horrible, didn't it? It's like, what? But like, I want to be generous and help other people and give them what they want. And you should. But in this instinct, this is about something that you're repressing and you're sacrificing that you shouldn't. Let's have a look at this other tarot card. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of... Okay, wow. We have hands there. Did you see that? Eight of Pentacles is about... It is the material world, so it can be something to do with your work. But it's just something that you're working on in your life, and you're building, and you're progressing. And it's next to the Success card. So I honestly feel for you, pile number 4, is that if you start to say what you really mean and what you want to express, there's going to be so much abundance coming into you. Your career is going to flourish. I don't know why I feel like this is love, a relationship, a close relationship. Or it may be many. Maybe many triggers that come up in July from other people that you have to learn to navigate, and you do so really, really well. I don't know, but some people are very like hesitant to express their emotions or how they really feel, and for you guys, it's really important that you do so. I'm just getting your intuitive messages. Then we're going to get a few of these cards as well. I am creative. Okay, so you're very creative. You may be getting creative in the month of July. We also have believe. What else? Ah, this is funny because this is like the celebration card. This is like you're celebrating something. Some sort of success, abundance, something that's being brought into your life. Because you've spoken up or you said something or you've, some sort of communication. Let's have a look. Homebody. Okay, so you may be staying at home in the month of July. Your environment, your home life is going to be a big focus. You're so talented at an interest. This is a sign to keep at your craft, okay? With the Eight of Pentacles, maybe that's the reward that comes in. Something to do with reaping rewards with your work. Your physical body will be a main focus. Experimentation of dress, style, and aesthetic will change what people think of you. Some people will not recognize you. Wow. Interesting. I think you're going to realize some things about yourself and change some things once you start to speak up. Your environment's getting a makeover. Wow. Something to do with your home situation, your environment, like your living situation. It's changing. Fame and fortune is yours. Wow. Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised with the success and the abundance card and the Jupiter. So just make sure that the things that trigger in your life, that trigger you, you express it and you deal with it And you don't suppress it, guys, okay? You do not become hostile. Because this is part of your rebirth situation. So it's almost like getting all the junk out, like getting all of your insides and putting them on the floor. Just like literally getting all your emotions that you really kind of have bottled up and like just chucking it out there. It's like, it does give me this big like release. And then that kind of like changes your whole environment. And then it's like all this luck and fortune and fame, and the way that you are changes as well. Like you're even changing the way that you look. Someone won't recognize you. I'm also sensing with the I am creative, okay? So it's important that you find a way to deal with these emotions as well. So they're going to come up. You're going to be honest about them to people through communication. But then there's going to be this way that you can kind of ground yourself and make sure that you I'm not going to say kind of like get lost in your emotions, but to understand them, make sense of them. And you could do this in a creative manner. That's really encouraged, okay? I want to get one more card for you. Spirit keeps saying one more card. So let's just do that. I'm going to give you some self-care, okay? Because some emotions are going to come up in July and you're going to be honest about them, aren't you? Because that's going to be very favorable. Do not pretend that you're feeling a certain way, okay? We all do that sometimes. It's like, I'm not feeling that way. Nah, it's not a problem. It's nothing. Success, again. Success, success. You'll have something big to celebrate. Something big. Oh my God. And as soon as I said that, it says, it's time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet. Rebel. Wow. You're taking a stand. I love it. Be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others. Yeah. The birds are chirping. Look at that. So pile number 4. I am going to leave your reading there. I hope something resonated. If it did, feel free to leave a comment. I always love your feedback. If you like readings like this, if you connect with my energy, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel so that I can see you in another one of my readings.